Morning traders, and this is your Aussie day trade setup for today. So yesterday was our first red day in a couple of days. So we've had last week was pretty much a poor week, but we basically finished 1.78% down, which is just a little bit short of my maximum risk for the day of 2%. So we called it quits and lived to trade another day. Anyway, at this stage, the Aussie is very confused. I mean, we've got this range bar at the moment, and we are off a level. There's a weekly level here. You can see there it is there. There's a lot of interaction with this level here. See all these tails here. And we're kind of back in that area again. Now, the interesting thing is last week was a pin bar. Okay, so I'm not going to read much into it just yet, but this is indicating that there were buyers coming in. If we look at the daily at the moment, I have a move and I have a flag. So I am expecting, I would feel more comfortable with another move down to form a double bottom or to form a nice big pin bar, something like this, which I can trust. At this stage, there's nothing here that I can trust that is telling me that there's a trend change coming. And there's a lot of mixed signals at the moment. So what we have at the moment on some time frames is we have this wedge. Okay, we have a wedge. There's no diversions. There's diversions here. High, higher, high, low. So that's diversions with the wedge. But if we start coming to the 1 hour, I have low, higher, low, and I've got diversions in the opposite direction. So a lot of mixed signals. I'm not comfortable that this is a decent wedge. It could be, but I'm not comfortable with it. Okay, and we are all over the alligator at the moment. Sort of, we're not trending up. We're very much trending sideways. So what could pretty well happen is we could end up with a range either there or here. Okay, we're going to need some politicians to make some noises. So just watch Twitter and we should get some interaction from that. 30-minute as well, you can see we're playing in and out the alligator. When we do this, it's very risky. It's a risky trade. And yesterday, this is what burnt me. Had a strong move up, had to pull back, got in, got stopped out. Okay, above the alligator, everything playing out, looking rosy for a long, but it wasn't that rosy. And even if we looked at the 12-minute had this nice massive move up, which is what I was playing. Pullback, got in for the pullback, and went nowhere. Okay, so there's nothing really I see here that would interest me in a trade. Maybe off the bottom of this trend line, but this trend line could be a wedge, so I'm a little bit reluctant to do that. If we look at the Ichimoku, starting with the 12, it is bearish at the moment. So it's bearish, bearish, bearish. So we should be looking for a retest of this fractal here, or the cloud. See what happens in this area. And that's 49,100 area. So just watch what happens with the price action in that area on the 12-minute. And if it starts looking like there's rejection off this level, then the break below the rejection candle is what you want to trade it to the downside. Okay, if we look at the 30 minutes, everything was bullish. We are bouncing off the cloud, but we have got a potential crossover. But this bar here is nonsense data, so this hasn't crossed over yet. So just keep an eye on it, but it's not a crossover just yet. So it's still bullish. And the hour is pretty bullish. Dickinson pointing up, Kijison is flat, but we have broken through the cloud. We've come back, we've tested the cloud. So this level here of 49,115 is the area we need to watch. If we get above that, it triggers a longs on the hour with a stop below this area here, which is, well, I would just say go below 4,900. 49.84, somewhere around there. It's 139 point stop loss, which is perfect. Okay, so that's what I'd be looking at on the hour. But then when we start looking at the 4 hour, we've also got a crossover here, which is indicating we need to be looking for longs. Okay, still a bit of a wedge. There is a double bottom here where we made a new high. So that is continuation divergence as well. That's very possible. And then the daily is bearish. Okay, so we're bearish with Chiku span. So we've broken through price. We're bearish with Kijisen and Tigerson cross here. And we're bearish with a cloud. Now, most logical thing is broken through the cloud. We've come back to test the cloud. Now we're looking for shorts. I'm not entirely convinced of that, but as I said earlier, I would feel much more comfortable if we did come back a little bit to form either a higher low or a double bottom or something. Now, V reversals are rare, so when we head down and then bounce off and bounce straight up, it's very rare. You can see here, bounced up, pulled back, and then got back in. And that's kind of what I would like to see before worrying about getting in for a long. Okay, and I am looking for something which we can hold over a couple of days at the moment, so we can just fast track our account at the moment, but it's not there. The settings are not there. There's no setups that I'm quite happy with. Okay, so total confusion, I think, is the nature of the beast right now. If you're trading the 12 minutes and watch the open, if we do come back and test the underside of the cloud and start rolling, it's well worth the short. Keep your stop above one of these fractals here. Okay, and you're going to have to take profit everywhere. I suppose the next logical target would be the gap to the downside, and that would be an area for buying as well, for me anyway. Okay, so 48,742, because the reason I say it's an area for buying, let's come to the weekly. You can see there are buys in this area. Okay, so yeah, the weekly is, we're in the cloud, maybe testing the bottom of the cloud, but keeps taking it flat, going nowhere. So lots of mixed signals this morning. I'm actually tempted just not to bother with this today. But anyway, looking at the hour, I think that does give me the confidence that we're looking for a trade to the upside. So I'm looking for a break of 49,115 to confirm that. Otherwise, we're looking for short scalps down to gap close. Okay, but I'm very wary of the buyers that seem to like this area. If you look at this tail, it's 178-point tail. Not massive, but it's pretty big. And it's off a level. So just looking at Kijinson, and 1 hour Kijinson is something I do pay attention to on the Aussie. This is indicating we should be looking for long. So maybe what it is setting up here is something like that. Maybe it's sort of a spike on a channel. So there was our spike, then back into a channel. Now, maybe that's what's setting up, and it's not actually a flag. Okay, so anyway, so that's kind of my view at the moment. Looking at the hour, we're chasing longs. If we do pull back even more, we've still got all of this cloud here and the gap. The bottom of the cloud is the gap close. That would still give me an entry long. Just watch Kijinson and Tigerson. If they stay like this, so blue above red, and you're pulling back, then you're still looking for an entry to buy. If they start moving to get the crossover, then that's going to validate the move to the downside. And I'm going to use the 1 hour for that. Okay. Not really going to bother with any other time frame right now. The hour is going to be the confirmation of whether this is a trend change, or alternatively, it's a trend continuation to the downside. Okay. So that's kind of what I'll be doing today, watching this on the hour, and these are the levels I'm watching: 49,115, and then to the downside, pretty much 48,985. Okay. Okay, guys, that's it for me today. Hope it helps, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.